Imagine two brothers. They grew up in the same house. They had the same parents. They went to the same schools. They even chose the same career path. Their salaries were almost identical for 40 years. But at age 65, their lives look like different universes. The first brother is relaxed. He has $1.4 million in index funds. His house is fully paid off. He spends his winters in Arizona. He pays for his grandkids' college without blinking. He never looks at the price on a menu. The second brother is terrified. He has only $180,000 in savings. He still has 12 years left on his mortgage. He works part-time at a hardware store. Social Security is not enough to cover his bills. He lies awake at 3 a.m. He calculates if he can afford medicine and property taxes. The difference didn't happen in their 20s. In their 20s, they were both broke. The difference didn't happen in their 50s. By their 50s, the trajectory was already set. The divergence happened entirely in their 40s. My name is Alex. I spend way too much time thinking about wealth psychology. I obsess over compound mathematics. I study the invisible equations that keep people stuck. If you feel like you are working harder but getting nowhere, listen closely. Subscribe and like this video. It helps more than you think. By the end of this, you will understand the inflection points. You will see why your 40s are a financial war zone. I will show you why the financial industry wants you to stay stressed. I will show you how to retire relaxed. Your 40s are the most consequential decade of your life. They are not just harder. The stakes are multiplied. This is because of three specific financial forces. The first force is peak earning power. Most people reach their maximum income between 42 and 55. You have more raw material to build wealth now. The second force is remaining compounding time. At 40, you still have 25 years. A dollar invested now can quadruple by 65. But at 55, a dollar only doubles. The multiplier drops every year you wait. The third force is expense stabilization. In your 30s, everything was growing. New houses. New kids. New careers. By your 40s, things should be settling. The furniture is bought. The kids are more independent. This creates a margin. Your 40s decide where that margin goes. Does it go to your freedom? Or does it get swallowed by your lifestyle? The financial industry sets a trap for 40-year-olds. It is called the high-income poverty trap. You earn more, so you spend more. You save the same percentage of nothing. Goldman Sachs found that 40% of people earning $500,000 live paycheck to paycheck. They earn more in a month than others do in a year. But they have the same anxiety. They have no cushion. This is because of lifestyle inflation. A $15 lunch becomes a $25 lunch. The Honda becomes a BMW. The adequate house becomes a mansion. Each upgrade feels like you earned it. But upgrades compound while savings stay flat. Once a luxury becomes routine, you are trapped. Downgrading feels like failure. So you keep running. You are on a hedonic treadmill. The goalposts keep moving. You hit $1 million and realize you need $2.3 million. You never feel like you have enough. Most families in their 40s fall into the two-income trap. You think two incomes make you safe. Actually, they make you vulnerable. In 1970, one income could support a family. That family had a backup plan. If the father lost his job, the mother could work. Today, both parents are already working. The backup plan is already being used for groceries. Your fixed costs have doubled. Housing costs have doubled relative to inflation. Healthcare is up 600%. Childcare costs $11,000 per year per child. You have no margin for error. You are one job loss away from disaster. The two-income family is a car running with no oil. It works fine until it doesn't. And then everything breaks at once. Let's perform a forensic audit of your 40s career. It's called the work scam. You think you make $50 an hour. But after taxes and expenses, the math is brutal. You pay a cost of appearance. You pay for the commute. You pay for the $5 coffee because you are tired. You pay for the $45 Friday night takeout. Your brain is fried after a 45-hour week. You spend money to numb the pain of the job. This is decompression spending. The bar tabs. The impulsive vacations. The retail therapy. When you subtract the stress costs, your wage collapses. That $50 an hour becomes $12 or $8. You are selling your life at a loss. You are a failing business. A business with high revenue but no profit. In your 40s, you must increase your margin. Margin is the time and money you have left to be human. The biggest mistake in your 40s is the housing upgrade. You think you are buying a home. You are actually destroying $1 million in wealth. Moving from a $350,000 home to a $600,000 home seems normal. The mortgage payment goes up by $1,800. But that $1,800 could have been invested. Over 25 years, that difference is $1.3 million in retirement wealth. The house upgrade literally costs $1 million. And don't forget the ditto effect. A new house demands new things. The new cabinets make the fridge look old. The new fridge makes the floor look cheap. The floor makes the living room look like a dump. The upgrade leaks into every other room. You spend $35,000 to fix a $10,000 problem. You become a slave to your possessions. You are the curator of a museum, not a resident of a home. Then there is the car payment trap. The average new car payment is over $700. Some people pay $1,200 for a truck. That is $130,000 over 7 years for one vehicle. If you invested that $800 a month instead, you'd have $70,000 in cash. But people stretch their loans to 84 months. They focus on the monthly number. They ignore the total cost. This is wealth destruction with cup holders. You are borrowing from your future self to fund a fantasy. In your 40s, you need reliable transport. You do not need an $80,000 statement of status. Looking wealthy advertises what you have. Looking poor protects it. 61% of people earning over $250,000 drive Toyotas or Fords. The person in the 2011 Honda Civic might have $4 million in the bank. The person in the leased BMW might have zero. We need to talk about your children. Your 40s are the most expensive parenting years. Parents take on $100,000 in loans for prestigious colleges. They stop saving for retirement to pay tuition. This is a catastrophe. Your children have 40 years to earn. You have 15 years to finish. Sending a kid to an out-of-state school on loans is mortgaging your freedom. Successful families make uncomfortable choices. State universities. Merit scholarships. They maintain retirement contributions first. You cannot borrow for retirement. But your kids can borrow for school. The market in 2026 is not like the market of 1990. We are facing concentration risk. Your index fund is supported by 7 wooden beams. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Tesla. These 7 companies are 30% of the S&P 500. In the 90s, they were only 15%. If 3 of those beams crack, the house falls. This happened to the Nifty 50 in 1973. Polaroid fell 91%. Xerox fell 71%. It took 25 years just to break even. Do you have 25 years? In your 40s, you are the product of the financial industry. They want you to buy and hold so they can collect fees. They ignore the risk of concentration. You must diversify. Use equal weight index funds. Build an income floor outside the market. You must cross the 3 invisible thresholds. The first is the breathing line. This is $100,000 in investable assets. Before $100,000, compound interest is a lie. It doesn't feel like it's working. But after $100,000, the boulder starts rolling. The second is the multiplication line. This is $500,000. At $500,000, you have walk-away power. You can lose your job and not panic. The third is the immortality line. This is $2.5 million. This is the inversion point. Your money makes more than your time. Most people never reach this because they upgrade their cars instead. When you reach 62, you will face the Social Security trap. Think of Social Security as a faucet. Every year you wait, the pressure builds. If you wait until 70, you have maximum pressure. But if you die early, the water stays in the pipe. The standard advice is to wait. But if your health is bad, file at 62. If your spouse needs to unlock benefits, file at 62. If the market crashes, file at 62 to protect your portfolio. Your 40s decisions determine if you even have a choice. The brother with $1.4 million can wait until 70. The brother with $180,000 has to work until 70. Here is your 40s action plan. Step 1. Audit the vampire costs. Calculate your real hourly wage. See how much you are paying to work. Step 2. Define enough. Decide what home is sufficient. Decide what car is adequate. Stop moving the goalposts. Step 3. Automated discipline. Pay yourself first. Invest 15% before you pay for wants. Step 4. Avoid the housing upgrade. Stay in the modest home. Invest the difference. Step 5. Educate your kids on the math. Don't ruin your retirement for a prestige degree. Your 40s will end. The decade will pass. You can choose to be the brother in Arizona. Or you can be the brother at the hardware store. One chose freedom. One chose status. The math is unambiguous. The psychology is the hard part. Wealth is about freedom, not equity. Tell me in the comments. Are you upgrading your life right now? Or are you upgrading your freedom? I read every comment. I want to know where you are in the 40s war zone. Peace.